Hello and welcome to Christian Weather Broadcasting. Today we're going to be doing another video actually, on Tropical Storm Ian. But instead of doing a regular forecast, I'm going to be going over most of the models. So let's start off with the GFS model. It's forecasting a landfall in Cuba at about 967 millibars, and then has the storm strengthening to around 945 millibars, and then weakening slightly before moving closer to Florida, and has it stalling just off of the coast of Florida as of now. Of course, this isn't completely updated. The GFS isn't done updating yet, but as you can see, it has it approaching Florida near Tampa. Let's go to the ECMWF model, which is the Euro model, and it has landfall in Cuba, then has it strengthening over the Gulf, then making landfall around Tampa, but stalling over Florida. The ECMWF has now been showing this stalling for some time since my last update. It's been showing the same thing since then. Let's go to the EC Fast model. I think it's showing a similar thing to the Euro model. Has it coming in around Tampa, Florida, and going up through the middle of the state of Florida. So it seems like Florida will be experiencing definitely some tropical storm force weather in the middle of Florida. Once this thing goes up, it'll hit as a hurricane as of now, and according to the National Weather Service forecast. Let's go to the CMC model, and it is forecasting a higher up landfall, probably around close to Apalachicola, close to Gainesville, at around a Category 1 hurricane strength, and then moving up through Georgia. Now, there would be more effects for Florida if the ECMWF model's idea plays out. Then more of Florida will experience the effects of this hurricane, and probably more rain will fall. Let's go to the NAVGEM model. This model is forecasting it to come up around similar place, maybe making landfall in Apalachicola, about a Category 1 hurricane, moving up in through Georgia as a tropical storm. So either way, this storm does seem like it'll make landfall in Cuba for sure, and Florida as of now. And after it makes... We don't know quite where it's going to go after it makes landfall. It could be in a few places. We could see it go through Alabama if it goes way up through the Panhandle. We could see it go to Georgia, which seems more likely in this point that Georgia will experience this storm. We could even see it go to South Carolina, possibly. Now, I want to move to the hurricane models. I don't want to spend too much time on the global models. Let's go to Ian. Let's go to the HWRF model. Now, there's an interesting trend among these models. So, as you can see, landfall as a strong hurricane in Cuba, then strengthening down to around 936 millibars over the Gulf. So that consensus is among pretty much all the models. We're going to see most of that strengthening over the Gulf of Mexico. Now, a bit of stalling by the storm before it moves on into the Panhandle is what the HWRF and a lot of other hurricane models are forecasting. I believe the reason this could stall is the storm will experience some high pressure, and the reason it's going to weaken is that it's going to experience some storm surge. So the combination of the two will cause it to stall a little bit because it's going to have prolonged time in storm surge. I meant wind shear. Because it'll have prolonged time in wind shear, it'll cause it to weaken. I'm sorry that I said storm surge. That is not what I meant. Let's go to the HWRF-P model. Let's go to Ian here. And the HWRF-P model is forecasting pretty much the same thing as the HWRF. As you can see, strengthening quite strong, and then stalling, and then weakening before moving on into the Panhandle around Apalachicola. Let's go to another final model. Let's go to the HMON model, and then we'll finish up this video. So the HMON model is forecasting this thing to get really strong as it passes by Cuba. So Cuba's going to expect that hurricane force wind, 927, so a really strong hurricane weakening right before landfall, possibly in Apalachicola. So the models still don't exactly know where the landfall in Florida will be. Thank you for watching. This has been Christian Weather Broadcasting.